Truly prismatic. This Warlock setup, in my opinion, is the definition of what prismatic should be. Is it borderline broken? Yes. Is it quite possibly the greatest ad clear build in the game? Also yes. Oh, and its super can dish out some big damage as well. Buck here, and today we're going to talk about Getaway Artist Prismatic Warlock. I'm pretty confident most Warlock mains out there are using a variation of this Warlock build. However, after a lot of testing, I'd like to think mine is fine-tuned to about as perfect as you can get it. Starting with our exotic, and that is Getaway Artist Gauntlets, that has the perk Dynamic Duo. Hold to consume your arc grenade and convert it into an arc soul and become amplified. Due to how I have this set up, the play loop is hold your grenade to create an arc soul. While doing so, you also create a stasis turret on your location. Kills with the arc soul basically give you your grenade energy back instantly due to Devour. At this time, you will have an arc soul and a stasis turret up, so you can now actually throw your storm grenade, which will jolt enemies and give you volatile rounds, then repeat the process. With that said, let's get into the build. Starting with your prismatic setup, your super is going to be Nova Bomb. Your abilities will be Phoenix Dive. This sort of acts as your panic button in case you somehow lost Devour, or it is a great counter from being sucked in by that strand attack we all hate or being booped off the map. You can pop your Phoenix Dive to stop yourself. You could also use Empowering Rift here, as Devour almost guarantees you cannot die as long as you're getting kills. Jump is preference, Arcane Needle for your melee, and Storm Grenades are a must. Aspects will be Feed the Void, defeat a target with any ability to activate Devour. Once Devour is active, just get kills to restore health and grenade energy. Your Arc Buddy will activate Devour for you. You almost don't have to do anything with this build. Your second aspect will be Bleak Watcher. Hold to convert your grenade into a stasis turret that fires slowing projectiles at targets. In one motion, holding your grenade will generate an Arc Soul and drop a stasis turret. Moving on to the fragments, starting with Facet of Bravery. Defeating targets with grenade final blows grants volatile rounds to your void weapons, and defeating targets with powered melee final blows grants unraveling rounds to your strand weapons. Arc Soul final blows does not grant volatile rounds, so in order to proc it, you will need to throw your actual grenade in between generating souls and turrets. Since your grenades are pretty much infinite, you will have no downtime on your Arc Soul or stasis turret while you're throwing actual storm nades. Facet of Dominance, your Void Grenade weakens targets and your Arc Grenade jolts targets. This will turn your actual Storm Grenade into an even bigger monster when you do throw them, but it will also give your Prismatic Grenade the ability to weaken. Prior to any boss DPS scenarios, pop Prismatic, hit the boss with your Prismatic Grenade, and then throw your Nova Bomb. Facet of Courage, your Arc, Solar, and Void abilities deal increased damage to targets afflicted with darkness debuffs. Your Stasis Turret will be applying Slow and Freeze to enemies so that your Storm Grenades and Arc Soul can deal more damage. Facet of Protection, while surrounded by combatants, you are more resistant to incoming damage. And lastly, Facet of Purpose, picking up an Orb of Power grants you a Void Overshield. Now that your subclass is set up with the utmost synergy, let's check out the artifact, as this will take this over-the-top build from amazing to ridiculous. Column 1 will be Anti-Barrier Pulse and Unstoppable Sidearm. Column 2 will be Winning Hand. Weapons with the Dealer's Choice Origin trait will create a solar explosion upon precision or rapid final blows. Column 3 will be Elemental Siphon. Rapid final blows with a kinetic weapon or a weapon matching your equipped super generates an elemental pickup that matches your equipped super. We are using Nova Bomb and Graviton Lance, so you will be creating a lot of Void Breaches. Picking up a Void Breach grants class ability energy. In Column 3, you will also be using Threaded Blast. Shoot a Tingle with a strand weapon to create a larger and more damaging blast. Column 4 will be Radiant Orbs. Picking up an Orb of Power grants you Radiant and Galvanic Armor. Incoming damage from combatants is reduced while you are amplified. Thanks to Getaway Artist, you are amplified all the time. And lastly, Column 5 will be Expanding Abyss. Void Sources deal increased damage to weakened targets. We already know that our Prismatic Grenade weakens and our super is a Void Source, so you're covered on boss DPS as well. And Shield Crush, while you have a Void Overshield, your melee recharges faster and deals more damage, and while you are amplified or radiant, your grenade recharges faster and deals increased damage. We've covered the subclass setup, we've covered the artifact setup. Let's finish this build off with some armor mods and your weapons loadout. Starting with your armor mods, on the helmet, you will want Ashes to Assets. Grenade Final Blows generates super energy. Heavy Ammo Finder, and Elemental Siphon. Since you are on a Void Super, your Graviton Lance will generate Orbs of Power. Arms will be Elemental Loader and Elemental Dexterity paired with Bolstering Detonation. Dealing damage with a grenade grants class ability energy. For the times you throw your Storm Grenade, you will receive Phoenix Dive energy when it damages an enemy. Your chest will be resistances matching the activity type and enemy type you are fighting. On your legs, since your abilities will be regenerating at an absurd rate, you can heal yourself with Devour, and ammo shouldn't be an issue. We're going all in with 3 Void Weapon Surges. And lastly, your bond will be Reaper. After activating your class ability, your next weapon kill will generate an Orb of Power. Powerful Attraction, activating your class ability, will pick up nearby orbs of power, and Time Dilation to extend the duration of all of those weapon surge mods. Your weapons loadout will be the Strand Rocket Sidearm The Call. You can craft this weapon with Quick Launch, Tactical Mag, Lead from Gold, and One for All with a Reload Speed Masterwork and a Backup Mag mod. In the energy slot will be Graviton Lance. Graviton Lance is one of the greatest ad clear primaries in the game, and with volatile rounds and certain artifact perks, it's even better. I will always say that heavy is situational to the activity you are doing. Currently, LMGs are in the best spot for ad clear or Tormentor Subjugator damage, while heavy grenade launchers and rocket launchers are primarily best at DPS phases, besides of course still Hunt Hunter. With this setup, I'd recommend using a Void weapon for synergy with the build. You could also use a Strand heavy weapon. Just be sure to swap your leg mods to Strand Weapon Surge if you do go that route. Your stat goals for this build will be 100 Resilience, 100 Discipline, and 100 Recovery. If you cannot swing triple 100s, don't sweat it, at least put on 100 Resilience as it is always priority in PvE. If you like this video, be sure to drop a heart, subscribe, and turn those notifications on. See you next time.